feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot.
Are we live? We're live.
I will.
Every week I remind Charlie, send some pictures, and he doesn't send pictures.
The intro
and here
is
we
all,
are.
it's just
We're
you
watching
holding
the awesome
fish and
intro. It's all me.
I feel like it's you. I feel like it's you taking selfies, and your wife is behind you in every one of those pictures.
Pretty much. I just pulled all those pictures off my phone, and I asked you, hey, send some pictures, because it'd be nice.
Okay, I will. Elio, remind me
You
to send
heard
some
it.
pictures
We got it on record. Hey, everybody, welcome to Premium Time with John Darr. It's October 5th, 2021. And it is National Do Something Nice Day. National Do Something Nice. Did you do anything nice today at all?
Not yet, but the day's not over. I have a buddy of mine's birthday later. Maybe I'll do something nice.
We
for
will
him.
do something nice for our buddy's birthday. We're going to go to dinner tonight and do something nice for him.
I was nice to Elio today.
You were?
He wasn't particularly nice to me. He said some derogatory things earlier, but I'm not going to get into that right now.
I heard you guys went to lunch.
We had lunch. We had lunch here at the office. Yes, actually.
My phone must not have been working.
Oh,
it's something wrong with my phone to get the invite.
Elio, did you not invite John to lunch?
And where did you guys go to lunch? If you told me you went to Cuban sandwiches, I'm going to be so mad.
We went to the Blue Room.
We ate here in the office. I brought lunch here.
What did you eat?
I think we had like McDonald's.
Lie.
We did have.
Oh, yeah. There's evidence.
Lunch
right there. Where did they have? Do I not tell you I am Cuban? I love Cuban food. I love rojo. I love mojo.
Somebody busted on you on that text the other day about putting mojo on a burger.
Yeah, I'm getting that tonight.
That's pretty good.
So anyway, it's National
sorry,
Do Something Nice Day. So if you're watching out there, go do something nice for someone because it's National Do Something Nice Day. It's also Get Funky Day.
Funky Day. I got funky.
I don't even want to hear about how you got funky, but go ahead and tell us.
It's Get Funky Day. No, I didn't. I was just saying that as a joke.
Oh.
Hey, who's our guest?
Our guest today is Sean Morrison, a longtime friend. Are you on camera? Can we see him? Yeah, we can see him.
Yeah, he's
on.
Sweet. That's why I thought we'd introduce him because he's just
sitting there.
Set.
Sorry, I'm a bad host.
Usually our producer only has us on the show,
and then he
expands the view.
Yes.
Today he's just decided
throwing us a curveball.
Yeah, whatever. He's just letting Sean hang in the wind there a little bit.
Sean Morrison is a good friend of mine, and not only is he a good friend of mine, he is by far the #1 Premium Time with John Darr fan because he comments. He's a super fan. He comments every week, and I said, Sean, you have got to come be on the show live, and he was nice enough to join us. So welcome,
Thank you,
man. Glad you could be here.
Is it all you ever expected? I mean, it's pretty great, right?
The set is pretty amazing.
It's pretty intense.
Does it when you watch it on TV or wherever you watch it on your computer or whatever? We're not on TV, are we? Are we not on TV?
Sure we are.
Yeah, we got on TV. As a matter of fact, CBS News is calling the phone.
Yeah. CBS News. Mike Walters. No, who is the anchor right now for CBS News?
No, it's a lady, Nora something.
Nora something.
Her name is it's Nora something, isn't it?
All right. Well,
Nora
she's
Roberts?
calling in. So anyway, when you does the studio that now that you've been here live and in person, does it look different than you pictured it would look?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty impressive, isn't it? Yeah.
We're fatter in real person.
We are fatter in real person.
In real life. So he's just like, man.
So Sean is a business associate of mine. We do a lot of employee benefits together. He works for Colonial Life Insurance Company, who's a great partner of ours, and we work on lots of stuff together. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But the most important thing that Sean does, I think, is he is a referee for high school games.
This is why you're wearing that shirt.
So I am pretending to be Sean today. I am pretending to be referee. So I wanted to ask him a few questions about being a referee and what that's like. and talk a little. Let's start out with the fun stuff because
Yeah.
people are interested in that. So tell us about what it's like to be a referee in these days and times. What referee position is that?
Yeah.
Do you?
And is it
you-
football?
Those.
Is it football?
Yeah, football.
Okay.
Football.
Yeah.
So it's high school football.
Yeah, so I pretty much do high school football. I'm also the treasurer for our Suwannee Officials Association too.
And
So,
this is only Suwannee County?
it's Suwannee County, Delatorre County, Columbia, Bradford, Union.
So a whole bunch
Oh,
of
wow.
Yeah,
north.
there's
north.
a few. Yeah, so
Gotcha.
but yeah, our association's been around for about 22 years now.
Nice.
I think it was.
Yep.
But yeah, today, we do a lot of the local schools, and what we do is we have contracts with our local schools, and we do their home games. So whenever we have a home game, our association will officiate their football games. Today, high school football has changed a lot since the last 22 years.
Faster,
Oh,
slower,
it's extremely fast.
fast.
Oh yeah. Right now, I think we do about 5-man crews on varsities, and when we go into playoffs, we go to a 7-man crew.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just keep in mind, crews that you see with like NFL and college football, they run 8-man crews.
Oh my gosh.
So you got to realize these kids are about to go play. Some of these kids are about to go play some college football at that same. It's not like they,
Yeah.
they're just as fast.
Yeah. Right.
So the game has changed a lot. You see a lot more spread.
Yeah.
Which makes it harder on us.
Yeah, because you guys are running. You have a bigger
Yes.
area to cover with only 5 people, right?
Yes, yeah, and because a normal setup would be you have 2 guys on each side of the line of scrimmage. We call him a white cap, a referee. He's the one that's behind the ball. He's the guy that makes all the signals and speaks to the crowd about the penalties and stuff. We have a guy who spots the ball. He's an umpire, so he sits with the linebackers, and one back judge where the behind the safety. So that's the position I am.
Behind the safeties. You're in the back
You're
of the
behind the
defense.
safety.
I'm behind the safety. I can't let anything get by me.
Oh,
John,
Yeah.
so listen to this. So I know this to this point exactly.
Yeah.
Like I'm literally watching a play in college this week where kind of a long post pattern down the sideline. DB is right with the wide receiver, and the referee is that
The back
position?
judge?
The back judge is basically backpedaling at full speed to try to keep up with. Now he's got 20 yards on him, so he's got a way head start. But these people are coming at him really fast, and he's got to make a call. He's got to turn around and make a call on a guy who caught the ball and made sure he had 1 foot in before the dude pushes him out. And for the first time ever, I had a little sympathy for the guy. I was like, because he was on a dead sprint,
he's having
backwards,
to-
going
yeah.
backwards, and then having to turn around and watch that guy catch the ball and have his foot. And it's like,
Yeah, it moves fast.
I don't know how you do it.
So a lot of people don't realize is we got to move with the same speed that they're moving at, but also see everything in the
Right.
process. So it's just one of those things where you got to keep everything in front of you, at that level you got 3 deep guys. So you get a little
one
more
on
help.
right. You have one in
So
the
you
middle
got
and 2
one
on
in
each
the middle
end.
field and 2 deep.
Yeah, this guy was on
two-
the edge.
Yeah, so you get 2 deep wings. So it's a lot easier when you have that officiating. It's a
But
lot.
if you're the
you
one-
should be able to see everything.
Deep guy.
Yeah, if I'm the only deep guy, I got 4 to 5 receivers I got to
Damn.
watch and
That's
see
brutal.
if somebody's holding them or ball's up in the air.
And correct me if I'm wrong, most of the time each play there's somebody going deep.
Usually.
I mean, not every play, obviously, but
well,
the-
I still have to tend to that.
Run with them.
just in case.
Yeah.
Because if I don't think they're going to throw it to them and I try to cheat up, and there's a ball going over my head, I'm out of position. So yeah, it's not.
And do
never
the other
looks good.
referees heckle you if you're out of position? Like, come on, Morrison, pick it up, get in there.
So we actually do have headsets.
I was saying
on
this
film.
is a yes. Did you see the smile on his
Yeah.
face when you asked him?
So we actually have headsets, and we actually talk to each other and have fun. I mean,
there
one of the
heckling?
reasons why I do this is because
Yeah.
we get to hang
The
out
group.
with the guys.
Yeah, your group
Do you
of
play
guys.
with the same 4
Yes.
other guys? Okay.
Yeah, we
So you guys
try
are
to keep
crew.
the same crew together because a lot of it's communication
Sure.
on the field. There is a lot of communicating on the field that people don't actually see. And we got to make sure we're all in the right position and everything. Because there's times where you get like a new guy on the field and their crew does something a little bit different than how our crew does it, and they're looking at the wrong, and something can either get missed,
Sure.
Yeah.
and or situations are dealt with differently. Yeah.
Well,
This is making me feel a little bad about all the things that I've yelled at referees over the year.
thank you. Personal
You know what I
foul.
mean? I feel a little bad.
Dead ball. How do you do it? Dead ball. Personal
Illegal
foul
touching.
on him.
Yeah, I feel like I've
15 yards.
I've been mean to you guys. I'm really sorry.
You're blind.
I feel badly
Ref,
about
you're
that.
blind. You missed the
They're all not
call.
like Sean. Sean's a nice guy. Maybe these guys are all jerks. I don't really know, but
There was a
little
couple
bad
calls
about it.
missed in the Kentucky game. I don't know if anybody watched that out there, but there was a couple that were like.
There was 2 big ones in the Alabama game that were. I don't know
That's
what they
true.
were called.
Alabama game,
They're
yeah.
2 calls, phantom calls, what we call them.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what they saw,
saw-
but it was definitely not what we saw.
And do you try to now when you make a call? Do you
Yeah.
try to you like make sure you call something before you see it? You don't look at it and go,
We
well,
have a
like,
rule, if you don't see it, you don't call it.
just don't see it, don't call it.
You don't
the
see it,
rule.
you don't call
That's
it.
the creed of every offensive lineman, by the way.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't call me for holding if you can't see me
Right, you
holding.
can't see me holding in there.
And that's the other thing. It's like everybody's like yelling. You know, one of the most common things is like there's literally holding on every play.
Well, sure, there is.
There's always holding on every play. You know, but we have to judge whether or not, number one, did it affect the play? Was it blatantly obvious?
Right.
And, you know, so those are the type of things that we have to
Did he
look.
tackle him?
Yeah. So, and a lot of times we'll go in and it's like, hey, you can't do that no more. You give them warning,
Right.
kind of explain to them, like, you know, because some of these kids are young.
Yeah.
And they still don't understand the full fundamentals. You know, probably some of these kids are the first time they ever played high school football.
Right.
So they don't know all the proper techniques yet. So, but, you know, we go over that with them.
All right.
And
So I have another question. So who was the best football player that you've ever reffed a game for?
best, Anthony Richardson by far.
Yeah.
Really?
He's the real deal.
Or not,
From East Side.
Yeah.
AR 15.
Yeah.
Who's sitting on the
You
bench?
set this up. You set this up.
I am the host. I get to ask the questions.
Yeah, Gators literally have the best athlete on their team sitting on the bench right now.
I agree. Come on, Mullen. Get him in there.
Yeah.
Get him in there. I said
seen-
that the
I've
first
seen
time I
this kid
saw
play-
the dude.
Have you seen him play basketball?
No.
Really? He can jump out of the gym.
Really?
What are we
can-
doing? Why do we have him on the
Well,
sideline?
I mean, because
Dang it!
I mean, I don't know anything about anything, but I will say that, like, just because you're the best athlete doesn't necessarily mean you're the best quarterback at that moment.
This is the type of person Anthony Richardson. I have a story about Anthony Richardson.
Best
actually.
quarterback.
So we had a game. Eastside was playing Williston. This was 2 years ago. It was his senior year. So it's in the fall of his senior year. It was during a rain delay, so we had to send everybody in. So we come back from the rain delay, go get everybody out, and Anthony Richardson sitting there on his books doing homework during the middle of a football game. You know, so he's on those books. And we're like, "What are you doing?" And it's like, "Oh, I'm trying to graduate early."
Wow.
Yeah, this
And he
kid-
did, didn't he?
Yes,
Yeah, because he came in the spring.
he came in on the spring,
Wow.
and the amount of things that he does off the field is amazing too. So
Yeah.
people don't know that about Anthony.
That's
Richardson.
awesome.
We need to have him on the podcast.
Okay, well, hold on. Okay, so
You think he'll come on our podcast?
Anthony Richardson,
Yeah.
I think we have to make sure there's no compliance issues, but sure, why not?
Yeah.
I don't know how that works. There's a compliance
You ask
officer.
him. You're a good salesman.
Okay.
Go make that
I'll make a
happen.
note. I'll make a note. Okay, here's a question though, football related, because it's got nothing to do with referee. But Emory Jones has actually played pretty well the last few
has.
weeks. I mean, he's played really well in Alabama, and he played really well against Tennessee. He's not been he wasn't the problem in Kentucky. He was being asked to call. He ran plays that did make you scratch your head a little bit about why we're running those plays, but he's not calling those plays.
Well, he can check down.
He's checking to the quarterback sneak
Yeah. So one of the things
like
about
27 times.
One thing about Emory is that whenever if you can tell when there's a curl route and he's throwing to a curl route, little hitch, and when he's trying to throw to a guy who's in motion, so like a slant or a deep post or whatever the case might be. And he struggles with the guy throwing to a guy in motion right now. He really struggling. And if you go back and you look at the tape, and you probably see about 6 or 7 passes he threw behind a receiver.
Yeah.
The last play when you went to throw to Whittemore,
When he close.
he's another one I officiated. Whittemore.
From Buell.
Whittemore,
Yeah.
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 Or not Mark, his daddy. It's Trent.
Yeah.
Trent's the son. Trent's the kid on the UF.
Yeah,
team.
I think so.
So his brother is just as good.
Oh, yeah?
He's over at Buellholz right now.
He's just as good.
That's
He's the
awesome.
quarterback for Buellholz. Yeah. I'm not sure if he'll play quarterback next level. I think it might be a different position, but he's good enough to play D1 football.
That's cool.
So what about you? Do you have interest in going into college?
Oh, no.
No?
So, no.
Yeah, how does that work?
So they get paid well, but one of the other gigs I used to do is I used to do the chains for the Gator sidelines. So, and we kind of
Really? Like chain gang stuff?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. You get to sit down on the field. By the way, if you ever go to a Gator game and you're on the field compared to being in the stands, it's totally different.
Different experience, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, the ground literally shakes. Oh no, yeah. If you have vertigo, I don't know how you can play that game. Play football.
Really?
Yeah.
Just it's unbelievable how much
Yeah.
it shakes.
But you don't want to be a college ref.
No. I mean, you get paid good bucks doing it, but your name's all over TV, your face is all over TV.
You don't want to do that.
You're getting chewed out in the ear by the SEC official, and I mean, there's
Is that why all the guys in the NFL are on steroids?
What?
Why is it every referee
No, there's
in the
one
NFL? There's a ton of them.
You have to have a look.
There's a ton of them.
So one thing that people don't know is that most of your college officials are ex-college football players.
Yeah.
So,
But what about the NFL guys? Those are ex-bodybuilders?
yeah, sure.
No.
They're huge. Have you ever seen the guy?
There's like one guy. Ed
It's like
Hockley. Remember Ed
holding.
Hockley? Well, you're not bitter. It's fine. It'll
Well,
be
I
okay.
mean, I don't care. I just noticed that. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is going on with them?
I'm sure they have to be pretty fit though. They're running a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
Man.
He's not doing push-ups in between
I
plays.
mean, that's well, maybe he is.
Okay, I got another question. What's the worst call you ever made?
Worst call I have ever made.
One that's like,
Good question.
oh my God, I might have
Come on,
cost
you
him the
screwed
game.
up for sure.
I'm trying to figure it because a bad call affects the game. So
Yeah.
I don't remember
I
one
have a follow-up.
affecting the final outcome of the game.
But you made some bad calls. You're like, that's a terrible call.
One that because I used to be a line judge, so maybe a couple of holding calls that maybe necessarily weren't holding,
Yeah,
but
nothing major.
How about no call? Is there a no call that you're like, I should
that's
have?
probably the bigger thing, the things we miss.
Get the game over?
That happens, well, yeah, but there's some no calls that you should never let go. So like a block in the back or
Right.
Something dangerous.
yeah, what we call blindside block, where a guy cracks back and takes out a guy.
Yeah.
You hear it, but you're like, if you didn't see it, you can't flag it because you don't know where the contact.
But you know what happened. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Oy.
because the last thing you want to do is start a flag and it actually goes the other way.
Yeah.
Then it doesn't.
yeah.
I have another question.
Yeah.
I have another question. When you see the penalty,
Yeah.
why do the referees take the flag and proceed to be a big league pitcher and frickin' throw that thing like they are on a mission to knock somebody's eye out, which has happened?
I remember that.
Because
Why don't you just drop it on the ground?
Well, because you have to throw it to the spot of the foul,
Why?
because that's where the foul's going to be enforced.
You can't throw. You can't. I mean, who cares?
Well, I should have brought my flag. You
Why just drop it on the ground? There's a penalty. You don't have to. It's not like it has to be certified or something like somebody signs off on the penalty. I mean, it's holding. I saw number 56. He was holding.
what yard line?
32. I don't know, whatever yard line they're on.
But he's telling you why, because it's a
Because
point of
you have to-
reference.
you have to have a point of reference because when they mark it off from where the flag is.
Okay, there's
Wait,
a
he gave
reason.
you an answer. You don't like the answer?
No, I don't like the answer.
I thought I gave you the answer.
You know what I'm talking about, though. You ever seen the referees? I mean, they,
Oh, yeah, they chuck 'em.
freaking chuck that thing.
Yeah, they know that. They do for sure. And they did in the NFL. I think it went in somebody's face mask, right? And that hurt some dude's eye.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
You
blinded
got in
some
trouble
dude.
for that.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
You don't throw it in a pile. You throw it to a spot on the
where,
mark on
where,
the
not,
field.
where people aren't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because you don't have to throw it to the literal spot where the foul occurred. You got to throw it to the yard line.
How hard is it to hit the spot, though?
Not hard.
No?
And it's an approximation too, right? I have a question. You're a back judge, right? A lot. So have you ever been run over?
Not as a back judge, no.
He's a
As an
pretty big
umpire,
guy.
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean,
How tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, you think about it. Like
No,
you're doing
I've-
those crossing routes. I'm sure
I've
you're
taken
probably,
out a couple football players.
Have you?
Yeah.
You've been hit by the ball,
No.
but that
Never been hit by
happens.
a-
I know it does.
There was an
Yeah,
interception.
we should
this-
be by the ball as a back judge.
There was
You should be.
Oh, that's
everything.
true.
So
Is that more common in the NFL where there's a middle guy?
Umpire is probably the most dangerous spot.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because you're playing with the linebackers.
yeah.
There was an interception.
You'll use an umpire as a blocker.
Yeah, there was an interception this week in some college game.
Off the umpire, and
Yeah, was it college or pros?
was it?
It's a college, I think.
I think it was college.
It bounced off of his leg.
Yeah, went up in
Defensive
the air.
lineman caught it, or was it high school?
Oh no!
I feel like I saw it on some morning
It's either
show
a
or
really
whatever.
small college or
Yeah,
a really big
and the dude
high
ran in
school.
for it.
It was a
bounced
national
off
TV game.
Yeah, I saw that.
Interception, ran touchdown.
Yes.
I was kind of wanting to hear a story about how Sean got bowled over by some kid.
Me too.
Damn it.
We actually, one of our officials ran over one of the players of this game, or in our game this past weekend. So he's bigger than me. 6'5".
I was gonna say, I bet you guys are bigger than some of the
290, 300.
Yeah, bigger than a lot of these kids.
Ran over some little high schooler.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Running down the sideline.
You think that kid gets picked on at all?
I mean, if there's a film room, he's going to have some film on this week. They're going to be showing that thing over.
All right,
and
who's
over.
the best local? We got some teams that are undefeated locally.
Yeah, what's
High
the
school.
high school? Do you know?
Well, Chiefland has a really good good team. Union County, but their starting quarterback got injured with a broken collarbone, so he's out the rest of the year. So I don't think they're going to pan out the same way now.
Now, if he had Colonial, what would that pay him?
That's a good question.
Probably about 300.
There you go.
2,500 to 3,000.
There you go. Okay, cool. You're welcome.
And
Love this guy.
probably the best one would probably be Hawthorne.
Okay.
Cornelius Ingram's team over there. So,
Yeah.
yeah, they got
Cornelius Ingram is the coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have they actually have two quarterbacks. Their main quarterback is he came from Fort White, actually transferred from Fort White. He's a Division I prospect. As of right now, his acceptance is FSU. Florida hasn't offered him yet though, so we'll see. He's definitely
He's a quarterback.
quarterback. Yeah, mobile quarterback. Great.
And as referees, you guys
strong left
know
arm.
this kind of stuff, right? So when you're refereeing, do you give him any sort of benefit of doubt calls or?
No, heck no.
Boy, he said that quickly, didn't he? So now I'm remembering why I yell at refs all the time. Totally remember this now.
All right.
You can yell at them. You can yell at refs. Yell all you want.
As long
He
as you
gets
can be
paid for you to yell
respectful.
at
I mean,
him.
you can't yell cuss words at them.
Dude,
you can yell at the ref. They
Have you
don't
done
care.
anything besides football? Have you refereed anything besides football?
No, not officiated. No.
Officiated.
Yeah.
I would think basketball's the worst.
Yes, it is.
God.
Yeah, today it's actually one of the reasons I don't do that is because I've seen when you got coaches and players and fans literally right there with no
So
fence,
close.
no nothing. At least baseball and football, you got a fence
Right.
that
Yeah.
protects you, but not non-basketball.
Crazy.
So
Yeah.
7th grade Oak Hall Middle School girls basketball team. My daughter was on that team. Mm-hmm. I may have been escorted out of
Oh
a
no!
gym in Ocala for yelling at a ref.
No
Yeah.
way!
7th grade. She was terrible. She was
Terrible call.
She was a terrible referee.
Terrible referee. Terrible person.
She asked me to leave. It was a Christian school in Ocala we were playing, and I got asked to leave.
I'm
I
so
swear to God that happened.
need more
Those-
Jesus.
I
Surprisingly.
sat outside.
so we do some of the little the 6, 7, and 8 man football
Oh yeah,
leagues around here, and you got was it Cornerstone, Countryside, or a couple of the local ones here, Newberry Christian. Those are the toughest to officiate.
Really?
Yes, because they're not
not
sanctioned
good.
by FHSAA, so there is no governing body. So sometimes it's a free for all when you walk out there.
And the people are mean? The fans you're talking about?
Yeah.
I thought they're a religious Christian school.
nah, you repent, you're fine.
Gee.
Just
Oh,
say some
my
I'm
Lord.
sorry. You're in good shape.
Yeah.
Hey, do you have any Our Town articles of the week?
I
this
do.
week?
Just briefly, we'll talk a little
Yeah.
bit about our issue that's out right now. I'm encouraging, you guys, it's come out the last few weeks. If not, you can pick it up all over town. And I really want to try to encourage people to go to our Facebook page, if you could, because we've got this great project coming up in November called Faces, which I think we've talked about before. It's the opportunity for businesses to kind of brand themselves as the face of an industry or the face of a saying. And we really do promote it a bunch on social media. And I would love for people to go to our Facebook page and like us if you don't already. We do not inundate you guys with lots of content, just the occasional posts. And we'd really love to give those businesses as much pub as possible on Facebook, which, by the way, was down for a few hours yesterday. Did you hear
I
that
heard
nonsense?
that. That
I
was-
I also have a client that I deal with only on WhatsApp. He's an international client, and WhatsApp was down. So WhatsApp, Facebook, and Instagram were down. And He and I couldn't talk at all yesterday. It was pretty interesting. Why are you laughing? Oh, because the music. The music. I did see I'm sorry, but I did see a great meme yesterday where it was like the picture of Facebook's headquarters, and somebody had. This is a joke, but they'd put like a Spirit Halloween store banner over it, like an old, it was like an old Pick and Save had been turned into like a Halloween superstore. It was amazing.
I saw a lot of posts about. Did everybody get a lot of work done yesterday because Facebook was down?
Yeah, some people were saying that Facebook got COVID and then you just need like 14 days, something like that.
Well,
so that's it. That's all I got for our town stuff, but we'll talk more about it next week. Thank you.
Awesome. You're welcome.
Do you want to talk a little about work with him? Colonial and stuff?
Yes, I'm actually going out to Hawthorne this week to meet with a small business out in Hawthorne and sign some folks up. So that's exciting. We're doing a lot of, health insurance right now is a hot topic, and we're doing a lot of health insurance right now because to recruit and retain employees, benefits are just almost a must.
Yeah.
I mean, it's if you're a small business, I mean, we've written, small businesses with as few as 2 employees can get an employee benefit plan and group health insurance, and we seem to be doing a lot of those lately.
After the question you usually get when you're trying to get hire somebody is, the first question is how much do I get paid, and the second thing is what benefits do you have. Mm-hmm. It's very important. Everybody's going to get paid. The question is, are you going to get the benefits to go with it? So, that's one of the things that we want to make sure our employers are understand and are in the spot where they're actually retaining not just anybody, but good talent. Mm-hmm. And that's the trick in today's world. There is this, huge influx of many job openings right now. That means you're shooting, you're in a spot where the employees are in the best spot to, hey,
they're in control.
They're in control right now.
Yeah.
So of where they want to go work. So we want to make sure we have benefit options available for our clients.
And one of the things Colonial does very well, I think, is a lot of these plans are high deductible plans, and you can supplement the high deductible plan with the Colonial plan so that if an accident does happen or cancer or hospitalization, that will offset the high deductible that the health plan has. So it's we're seeing a lot of people sign up for some of this supplemental stuff because it just makes sense when you look at the big picture of everything.
Yeah, and today, most people actually overpay their health insurance plan because they'll go for their lower deductible $1,000, $1,500 deductible plan, and spend all that money in premium. Well, you don't get those premium dollars back. So one of the things that we want to do is build a plan design that fits their risk. Go with a higher deductible plan. If I'm a 25-year-old kid, last thing I need is a $1,000 deductible plan because the only time I'm ever going to use the thing is if I get hurt. Mm-hmm. So I want something in there, maybe like a $20 a month accident policy and save about $80 to $100 a month on my premiums on my health insurance.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, totally. So we've been working together doing a lot of that, and we're seeing a lot of that in the employee benefits world right now. So there you go. You're up to speed on.
I appreciate that. I'm actually reading your insurance tip here on our agenda. And that is an interesting thing that happens to us business owners who've been in business for a while, isn't it? So you're talking a little bit about, why don't you talk about that? Sorry, I didn't mean to take your...
No. So one of the things that we try to get business owners to understand is don't just contribute the minimum amount of the premium towards the employee's share. So you have to contribute 50%. But a lot of times what happens is when you only contribute 50% of the premium, then the older people will tend to sign up, but the younger people won't. Well, that makes the premiums for everybody higher than they really should be. So if you would contribute 70, 80% of the premium, you'll get more of the younger people to sign up, which then levels out the premium for everyone. And
lowering that overall age.
If you have more than 10 employees, if you're under 10, it's typically what they call a grid rate. So it's based on your age. But once you get to 10 or more, it becomes what they call a composite.
A lot of times we would go into groups and we quote them based on their their census and everything, and what determines your rate is who actually
Who actually
participates.
signs up
Yep, and so the rate that we give you, but going into the
may not be your final rate.
may not be your final rate.
God, I say this only because like this is a real issue for small businesses like mine, right? Like we're, we have maybe 10 or 11 employees, but maybe only 5 or 6 or 7 of them are going to be on the plan or less or whatever it might be. And I don't know if you noticed, but I've gotten older. It's shocking. I realize.
I
this,
didn't
but,
notice that.
I used to be like 25, and now I'm not
Now we're
anymore.
not.
And thank you, Leo. And neither are the people in my office. Like we've all sort of aged together. We've been really lucky that a lot of our employees have stayed for years and years and years and years. But we've all gotten older, and so those insurance premiums, not just because the market has changed so much, but our overall census is a lot older than it used to be.
Correct.
And so we really struggle with that because it gets to be super expensive.
Right.
Hire some young people.
I need to do that. It's a good idea.
Yeah, hire some young people.
Good idea.
All right. So I think that's it today. Do you have anything else you want to add? Thank you so much for being here.
He is our is he our number one fan?
He is our number one fan. He watches
sure.
every week religiously.
Yep.
He comments.
Comments.
Please comment. I don't care if you're watching this right now. Say
Sean's not there to comment.
I know.
nobody's commenting.
I don't know what's going to happen. Like
So,
nobody's there to do it.
Say this is the most ridiculous shirt we've ever seen you wear.
That isn't the most
on
ridiculous shirt I've
podcast.
ever seen you wear. It's not even
So-
close.
All right. Well, I'm trying to get somebody to comment. So if you
Even better, if you have a picture of John wearing an even dumber shirt, then post
that.
one. Yeah.
That would even be great.
This is a nice shirt, dude. It's a good
It
shirt.
is a very comfortable shirt because it is cold in here
For once.
For once.
Jeez.
So, but anyway, hey everybody, thanks for watching. Go make it a great National Do Something Nice Day.
Yeah.
And maybe even get funky.
Thanks,
See ya.
bud.
We're out.